What's up out there? In this video, we are going to take a look at each of the 6 starting classes and run through the Miller, basically just do the Miller fight and show off each one of them. The ones that I think are the weakest are going to be the Warrior for sure, because you have to get up close and personal and it's kind of a slower skill to use. The Monk isn't too bad, but it's still up close and personal. It's at least got some range to it where the Warrior's a little bit closer. The rest of the skills all do a lot of lightning damage or ranged that just takes the Miller out far easier. So let's dive in and run each of those fights and take a look at the classes. My dodging skills are terrible. Don't hold that against me. It is painful to watch, but it gives you an idea of how an unskilled player plays the game. Let's just say that. So anyway, let's dive in. This is the Sorceress. You start off with a Ashen Staff. I think it's an Ashen Staff in every case, but it gives you level 1 Firebolt. And eventually you'll get the Spark skill as you go through. There's a golden chest that gives you this thing. So you would socket in the Spark skill and have both. I've got Spark on my right click. I also put Firebolt on my Q button. If you run out of mana during this fight, that we're about to fight the, whatever this guy, who is this guy up here? We're about to fight him, the Miller. He is weak to lightning, so he will get destroyed. Ignore my bad dodging skills. We should get through this. But I did run out of mana at one point, and I had to use that Firebolt. I had to actually socket that on real quick mid-battle. But this Spark skill just trashes this guy. Oh, dodge too fast on that. It also is a nice big AoE. Oh, crap. And even though I didn't do so well on the fight, that Spark just wrecks him. So this is a very good starting class. This is the Warrior. You get the Rolling Slam. Now, this is a much more difficult skill to use. You have to kind of be in the area, and then you're going to do this weird slam thing, and you're kind of going to be in the way of getting hit. So you want to be careful on this one a lot. You can stun the Miller. See if I can do this without dying this time. And once he's stunned, you can just start wailing on him. However, he's going to come out of this, and he's probably going to be doing something that you don't want to get hit with. This is the worst start in the game right now. I've started all the other classes. Even the Monk with his close skills are better than this. I don't know that I would say this is more talent-based or skill-based or something. It's all close up. You don't get any of the benefits of lightning or elemental damage. Like the Monk starts off with a lightning. I think he's got a lightning. I'd have to revisit that here. Well, we're going to be looking at that one here in a second. But the Monk was definitely easier than this, and he's up close and personal just like this. So, I don't know. This is definitely... They did my man, the Warrior, dirty. They did him dirty. Every time I've fought this guy with the Warrior, it's taken me 2 times to kill it. So in my opinion, the Warrior is probably the last class you want to start. It does not feel as good, and you may be spending a little bit more time in packs and getting killed. This was the first class I started, and I've moved on from it. I honestly just don't like this class all that much in this particular game. At the moment, at least. For the Ranger, you are going to get Lightning Arrow. Lightning Arrow just decimates the Miller, so this is going to be a trivial fight. The thing that you have to worry about here is just dodging, and the dodge roll doesn't go very far. So when you're trying to get out of the way, you have to make sure and wait. See, I didn't get it in the right time. With dodging him, I feel like you need to wait until he's just about to do that AoE he's doing. Sunder, what it looks like Sunder or something like that. The cool thing about this lightning arrow is that it lights up everything in the area, and you can just blast away on him. See, I keep missing that dodge. But you can really just work him over with lightning arrow. And there's not much he can do. It also lights up, proliferates around to all the different monsters that he calls in, the ads and everything. And makes it real easy. I miss that every time. Still have never gotten good at dodging. Oh, well, we gotta wait on mana. But, oh, he didn't die? Crap. Die. Alright, so that was an ugly fight, but this works him very well. The lightning arrow just destroys him. Far easier than the melee side of things, in my opinion. It's just all dodging, and I'm still not very good at dodging. The witch is a little bit different than some of the other ones. This does have a range skill, but it's this unearth, and it's a little different. So this raises spikes of bones. It basically throws out a cone, AoE cone. Along the way, both times I've started, I've picked up this, well, a scepter that has level 1 skeletal warrior minions on it. So you're going to have some extra help. I believe Unearth also calls in short-lived bone construct minions. So when the miller starts calling off ads and stuff, when you kill those, you'll start getting some extra minions. These things help work him over, so you don't have to go up and attack necessarily. The thing with this is you're going to have to dodge his shots and then land one of these spike shots into him. So you kind of got to turn back on him. Now I'm playing with mouse and keyboard. I am not doing I'm not doing WASD, and I'm not doing controller. So this is basically point and click and everything. I prefer this method. Your mileage may vary, and hopefully I don't get myself killed off here. But we're going to start picking up minions as we go. So that's going to just start doing more damage to him while you're not dodging things, because I suck at dodging. Stared right at it when it came in. When he gets across the screen, I kind of don't pay attention as much as I need to. But this was the second class that I started. I really like this. I beat this fight the first time without dying. The only time I've died to this guy so far, the only time I've actually died to this guy is with the warrior. That's it. Everybody else I just walk through him with. I like this when I started. Witch is very good. You can get Contagion right after this, and Contagion works fairly well. I think maybe some of the other skills were probably some of the other ascendancies that start with lightning type skills, lightning strike or spark or something like that. I think those are maybe a little bit stronger than this one is, but I do like this class a lot. This was, like I said, this was the second class that I started, and I really dug it. I don't think I want to do Contagion. I think we'll do something different for this one and try this one out. But anyway, Witch is a very good starting class. The Mercenary is a little bit different than the other classes. So this one you actually have to reload. So I've got basic bolt set up down here, and then you get fragmentation shot when you come in and pick up your skill gem. You have to actually add crossbow shot as your thing to shoot with. This isn't I don't know, it's kind of different. So you've got like the crossbow shot, which is the thing that you actually shoot, but then there's a reload for both basic bolts and fragmentation rounds. So it's kind of an odd skill in the way this works. Fighting against this thing, I think I tried using fragmentation shot early on. I didn't really notice it all that good, doing all that well. What I noticed a lot better was just running the regular bolt and just shooting him, reloading when you can, and just blasting away on him. Just let him have it. And then reload when you can. When the ads come out, it gets a little difficult to hit him instead of hitting all the ads instead. Missed that. Probably be a good idea to swap over the other ammo type, but the problem is when you shoot this, it's one shot and then reload. It works better when he's by himself and you can just work him with the regular crossbow bolt. Unfortunately, if you're too liberal with your shooting, you will run out of ammo at the wrong time, and then you're trying to shoot him and he's just blasting away on you. So Mercenary's fairly easy. I think Mercenary's one of the easier ways to fight him with. It's different, but I do like the crossbow. The reloading is kind of odd. However, I like it so far, and it works him down fairly easily. This is the monk skill. This is a melee up close and personal skill. When you first start playing, very early on, you're going to get a quarterstaff. That's going to be your quarterstaff strike. That would normally be like the right click one there. But once you get access to Falling Thunder, this is a lightning based skill. This becomes the right click skill. I do still keep quarterstaff strike over on the Q button just in case I need it if I run out of mana. This fight is not as bad with the war as it is with the warrior. I get a bit greedy with this and I try to do way too many hits up close and personal. You really want to just hit and run. And when he goes to do that slam, get away. I am very greedy in trying to kill these things, so I stay a little bit too long and I don't dodge very well. I do not dodge balls at all. I don't dodge balls, I don't dodge cars, I don't dodge enemy hits. You can clear out a lot of the scrubs that come in here for the fight that he calls in. If I would just not get hit by all the AoEs, it would be great. That's the one that I have to avoid. If you get too close to him, the thing with this though is I feel like this has more of an AoE than the melee side, or the warrior side does. Shouldn't say melee because this is melee. And that no mana situation is why I have the quarterstaff strike. It doesn't do a lot. Oh, ooh, I thought we were dead. This is where I get greedy because he's close to death. And there we go. It's an ugly fight, but I'm still not doing so hot with this game. Dodging is definitely not one of my strong suits, but honestly, I would play this before the warrior. This felt much better. I was able to do a lot more damage against the Miller there because of the lightning damage that this thing has. So at any rate, hopefully this has been helpful, watching my piss poor skills at the game, but hopefully this has been helpful. Honestly, I don't think there's a bad class to play necessarily. The warrior and the monk are a little bit more difficult for sure, but I don't think there's any bad classes to play. There's just some that are a bit more difficult to start with, and hopefully this illustrated that and which ones are kind of the easier ones to start with. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. We will catch you on the next one. Take care.